What's up, fellas? How are we doing today? Good morning, good morning. Another day, another opportunity to make some Pokeyen within PokeMMO. We have our berries. They've been successfully grown. We need to go buy some seeds and replant them. Okay, that is step one in jumping into today. If you don't know, I am making 20 million Pokeyen within 30 days from from scratch as a returning player, using the Pokemon I have access to, using the items I have access to, but not allowing myself to have access to any Pokeyen. I traded off, I sold off, I sent over all of my Pokeyen over to alt accounts before the beginning of this challenge, so I started at 0 Pokeyen, and I've also only been playing around 4 hours a day or so, I want to say, on average so far, so I think it is realistic for the average person. Obviously, not everybody can play 4 hours a day. It's kind of a lot. I'd say the average is around 2, but if you want to put in the effort, I think the average person can squeeze the time out of their day. It depends, obviously, but you have to sacrifice other things to really succeed in anything in life. If you want to be good at tennis, you want to be good at PokeMMO, you want to be good at, hopefully not League of Legends, but you got to sacrifice other things to put more time into that thing. Let's go ahead and jump into the seeds that we need. I believe very sweet, very spicy. It might be plain sweet. I actually always forget. So I think it's going to be plain sweet. You need 156 of each. We might go ahead and invest in a fair bit more than that. We're starting with 1.4 million Pokeyen today. Keep that in mind. We should have around 2 million in value, which is amazing. Around 2 million in value in our berries, for example, and other things that we have kind of selling around, listing around. I believe we sold off that Starly pretty quickly yesterday. I really want to focus on breeds. I think I wanted to do a lot of this gym rerunning, berry farming, trainer rerunning, etc. I think we stop trainer rerunning from this point forward, or we'll do a lot less trainer reruns, because trainer reruns make around 200k profit per hour, which is solid yen, but you can make more doing gym runs, and once you have the capital, you kind of stop trainer running. You can now do things like breeding for profit. And I think the breeding for profit potential is crazy right now with the UU changes to the tiers. So more of that. Let's go ahead and figure out what seeds we need. I just wanted to show before we actually go ahead and buy a bunch of new seeds and spend a ton of this Pokeyen. I wanted to call out the big stack. All right, and there goes the Pokeyen stack, fellas, but for a good cause. We're fueled up. We'll have about a day and a half more. We'll have to buy more seeds as it goes. The big thing with berry farming is, like, you're making around 100k a day for very passive efforts, but it is, the cost into it is so high. There's a really good argument that later on into the challenge, I end up stopping berry farming just so that, I picked the wrong last berry. We end up stop berry farming towards the end, just so that I can use the Pokeyen that I have to do flips and use it to do other things. So there's definitely a point that we reach, you know, where berry farming kind of, I wouldn't say falls off, but falls off a little bit, becomes a bit fairly less effective. So went from 1.4 mil down to 600k. That'll leave us plenty of Pokeyen to do a few breeds for profit. When I say a few breeds for profit, I want to, like, spend almost all my Pokeyen on breeds for profit. I think breeds for profit are insane right now. I feel like even focusing on some of those prior to Jimmy runs, and then you have to think about how much mental energy you have when playing PokeMMO. Like today, I'm pretty locked in, I'm pretty focused at the start. Let me utilize that, do some breeds for profit right now, and then when I'm feeling a little bit tired, need a little bit more of a break, I can go do Jimmy runs. They're pretty brain dead once you actually learn the strategy, but difficult to pick up for the first time. Yo, why are 2012 Pokemon skyrocketing right now? I am so glad you asked. I have been swearing by, and I love the 2012 market. I think it's an amazing collectible. I think first year collectibles of pretty much any hobby, man. Like, look at Pokemon base set, look at Alpha Magic the Gathering cards. I bet if you found, like, a tennis racket from, like, the first era of tennis, like, that first era collectibles of any hobby are always, like, appreciated and valued by people who actually engage in the hobby. So it makes the sense that it's the same with PokeMMO, with 2012 Pokemon. They're rare. It's so unlikely that they're still around. It's the first year of the game's release. There's around 130 or so lists on the GTL. The base price of 2012 Pokemon has, like, doubled, I want to say. The OT Superbred is crazy. Has doubled. There's around, I want to say, yeah, like, I think the base price went from, like, 180k, maybe like 160 to 180k, maybe 150, 180k, all the way up to 360. So it's quite literally doubled. Just the base price, right? And then you have things like Charizard. What are they at right now? Charizard's still kind of quote-unquote cheap, right? At 2.8 mil. We got Blastoise. A lot harder to find. 20 mil is the only one listed. Is it worth that? Probably not. Venusaur, the least. Now, what's interesting is obviously Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, the most picked starter. So then you end up with things like the least picked starter, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur being very much rarer, right? And it's crazy that Charizard's only like 2.7 or whatever, but so yeah, it's crazy to see. The 2012 market is kind of having a bit of a surge, and it's always tough to tell with stuff like this. Is it a natural surge? Is it because is Shiny Wars over, so people are spending the leftover yen that they have, if they have any, on collective pieces? Are they investing? Who is putting that money in is always the question. To me, it seems like endgame players, and I feel like when endgame players put their money into something, it's a good sign. I feel like it's players who have leftover yen post Shiny Wars who didn't know if they'd have to spend it or not to try to win, and now they have a lot more freedom with what they can do with it. That's my guess, but I could be mistaken. But keep an eye on it for sure. What should I do with my Alpha Ditto collection? If you actually have an Alpha Ditto collection that you're sitting on, at this point, honestly, if I were you, I would hold on to them until Halloween event. And I would try to either do the boss on hard mode or maybe pay someone to do it for you. It still might be worth it at that point. And basically get particles put on those Alpha Dittos. And I feel like that will up the value on them a fair bit. Ditto particle farming for like species and such down the road and making those investments, picking up like how much are Alpha Dittos. It wouldn't surprise me. I've been saying for a while, it wouldn't surprise me if Alpha Ditto prices start to, ooh, look at Ditto prices, 3,200 or so. They're kind of, to be fair, a few listed for that. It wouldn't surprise me if Alpha Dittos, yup, dude, Alpha Ditto prices are already starting to climb. Wow. I've been saying that it wouldn't surprise me if Alpha Ditto prices and possibly Shiny Ditto, but that depends, like slowly start to climb from people stocking up on them for particle effects. These were 80k around, I don't know, a week ago, I want to say. When did the Halloween events start? Every single holiday event ever in the history of PokeMMO usually tries to start on the day of the holiday. So October 31st for Halloween, December 25th for Christmas, etc., etc. Sometimes they're late. You just never know. So just keep that in mind. All right, as always, I do have a to-do list because I feel like if I don't have a to-do list, I get distracted. I don't know how you guys are. I get super distracted, and I kind of forget what I needed to do. So we finished our bear farm. We can just cross that off the list. Next up, let's go do some breeds for profit. I want to lock in, possibly get into some more Lucario breeds or just whatever. I think Chansey can be really high potential. Blissey is really big right now in UU. Let's go and check actually what I want to see what nature and such and what people are going on Blissey. Do people actually care about, are people running special attacks on Blissey that like generally can be a thing? The mail item, that's interesting. Blissey, Salamence, Lucario up to the #1 spot now. That's kind of crazy. Lucario up to the #1 spot. It might be another day of Lucario breeds, fellas, because the potential there is just insane. Yeah, for those who are looking to prepare for the Halloween event, I believe I have a guide coming out on the 7th. So this upcoming Monday, there'll be a guide showing you what Pokemon you need, how to prepare for it, strategies, money making, what to look for to do during the Halloween event. I put a lot more time into this one, a lot more effort into this guide previous to last year. So hopefully it's helpful. There are not, dude, Riolas are kind of expensive just for like whatever stats. I'm going to buy this one for 10k. The reason why I'm buying this, I'm going to EV train this is going to be the plan. It's Jolly Nature, just 25 plus in attack and speed. Nothing amazing. That's not that good, but let's go ahead and price check a Lucario with that. Let's do Nature, Jolly. I would guess, I didn't even price it, so I could be, maybe I'm losing money, but I could be wrong. I feel like if we EV trained and XP trained a Lucario, this is not EV'd or anything like that. Let's go ahead and check. Let's see if we can calculate. So 252 EVs, 252 EVs in attack and speed. Double 31 is the cheapest without some other stats. So I feel like I could buy this for 10k. EV train it and sell it for easily 80k, if not 100k. This the other cheapest option is 180, but it's 2 times 31, obviously. I feel like this is actually a pretty easy. If someone wants to buy a PVM Lucario, this would be a really good PVM Lucario, or just a hyper budget, hyper beginner. Like Lucario is a glass cannon. There is a fair argument for like you don't need to get all the defense stats. I mean, he has 70 defenses, honestly better than I expected, to be fair, but he is kind of a glass cannon, wants to demolish your opponent, put a focus sash on him, set up an SD, etc., etc., etc. So I'm gonna look for some more breeds though. He will just go over in the box. I'm gonna start making a XP box, I think, for like, you know, UT essentially, which UT equals untrained, which means it's ready to go, but it needs to be EV trained, XP trained. So we'll start prepping some Pokemon over here for this challenge to start stocking up on stuff like that. Let's go back to looking for some breeds for profit though. I feel like Riolu breeds, if you have very little Pokeyen and have a fair bit of time, are some of the most amazing to do. The problem is getting the happiness to actually like buy, like these are really cheap. I could buy all 3 of these, then I have to raise the happiness on all of them. It takes so much time in extra Pokeyen. I don't know if it's actually worth it. Okay, we have some really good profit margins for Chansey actually. I was calculating how this would look, and essentially Okay, this is actually kind of hype. There's 3 times 31 Chanseys in HP defense and special defense that are around 75k a piece, okay? If I look for 2 times 31 Chanseys, they get really cheap, right? Pushing that 12k margin. I'm going to go ahead and buy some of these. We're going to do a couple different Chansey breeds. We're going to buy this one as well, I think. We're going to go 31 HP. We're going to get rid of the special defense down to 14k. If we get rid of this, we go down to 14k as well. Getting rid of the alpha shouldn't matter too much. We'll go here actually and do this. 14k. Let's just focus on these 2 Chansey breeds first. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and start with this. If we randomly roll nature, that's where we'll really be in some insane profit, but it should be around 52k per breed. So we paid 14k for one of these, let's say. Let's look for a Berry Egg Group. Berry Egg Group male. 31 HP. And then 31 defense. And then we can like match. So 40k would be the cost there. Let's try special defense. 34k. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and buy both of these. So it cost me 14k for both of these. We'll times that by 2. Plus 34k. Plus 34k. And then we're also going to pay 40k for braces for both of these. So we're spending a lot on these 2 Chansey breeds. 136k on these 2 Chansey breeds, right? I believe. But we should be able to sell them both for 75k a piece. Honestly, maybe there's not that much room for profit here, but it should be decent. Let's see what it looks like. It should be decent enough, I believe. And if we roll a nature, that's where the money's really nice. Let's go ahead and check 31, 31, 31 with bold nature. Bold nature is the big nature you want for Chansey. That's 150k. So you shoot from 75k to 150, which is a big, even 165-ish possibly. It's a big difference. All right, 136k should be our cost, I believe, for both of these breeds. We're going to go ahead and breed this one Chansey. Yep, we don't care about getting rid of the alpha. That should be totally okay. It's going to come out as a female Chansey 100% of the time. We'll go ahead and go through with the other breed. Yep, just like that. So if I sell both for 75k, it's not that much profit, unfortunately. We'll have a listing fee as well of like 5k or so. So I think we only make like 4k on these breeds, but that's okay. Sometimes I always say, I'm going to show you guys examples of breeds. It's good to show you guys because I've shown you already 2 breeds, I think, throughout this series. Like the Starly breed, I made like 100k and that sold super quickly. The Riolu breed, I made like 80k and it sold super quickly, right? But not every breed happens like that. Like these, I just did 2 Chansey breeds where I'll probably only make 4k. Now, if they roll a nature, I make money. That's awesome. But sometimes you don't always fact check everything or like double check everything, and sometimes you break even on a breed, and that's okay. I want to show you guys that it's okay if that mistake happens. It's not a big deal. You just kind of list them, sell them, get the Pokeyen flowing again, and go into your next breed for profit. Maybe we go for a few either Togekiss. Togekiss is pretty big right now, I feel like, in UU. I feel like Togekiss, this Pokemon is so powerful. I don't know how you answer that sometimes. Sometimes that Pokemon could just be an absolute menace. We could check out a Togekiss breed. Let's see. I like doing 20 plus on Pokemon like this and seeing what comes up. Dude, there is a lot of cheap Togeticks. Maybe Togekiss is just cheap right now. What is this? Really? Wait, what? I'm gonna buy this, I think. Does everybody have Togekisses? Why is this so cheap? 6k. It's also 31 defense. Surely it shouldn't be that cheap, right? Togekiss, Flying Fairy Egg Group. What nature do they run on it? That's the next question. Bold, I assume. Timid or bold? Okay, timid we'll go for possibly. That's shocking, actually, to see. We'll go bold on this since 31 defense. Like, these stats are amazing. That seems kind of crazy to me. Okay, let's look for a Ditto that matches IVs, but I want the bold nature. So we're going to go bold. We're going to go bold. We're going to get rid of defense so we can just IV, race that over. This is looking phenomenal. Are you kidding me? 7k? How much did this whole breed cost? This whole ass Togekiss breed is going to cost 5k for the Everstone, 10k for the brace I'm about to buy, 7k for the Ditto, 6k for the Togekiss, or the Togetic. Am I missing something? Is this just not going to be that profitable? Maybe there's just so many it's not that profitable. Let me buy a defense brace. I used one that I already have, which I don't want to do for this challenge. We'll buy one back, essentially. Okay, let's go see. Look at this. Dude, this is a sick competitive Togekiss. This is actually amazing. This is so based. What would this go? I want to see what this would go for. Before I actually like make it, I guess. But this feels extremely good. Let's do 31, 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus. Nature, the bold nature is important. We'll even do 20 plus in the defense to just low check, right? Yeah, this is, bro, what? Am I missing something? This cost me 28K to make, and I'm going to sell it for probably like 150. Like, quick sell it for 150K? Holy Togekiss. That's actually, well, I think we found our new, market for the day, boys. That feels amazing. Yeah, you gotta find these gaps in the market. We make a neutral breed on Chansey's where we break even / oh, we do roll a calm. That's actually usable. So we're gonna sell this one Chansey off for just 75K. That's basically at cost. Yeah, we're making like 5K there, I think, maybe. This Chansey is calm nature, which actually we'll make some more profit on. Let's go see how much is Chansey. To be fair, I'm most looking for Blissey. 8% is calm. Let's go check. Let's do 31, 31, 31. Calm nature on a Chansey. Sort of the lowest. What? Wait, why is that so? This feels overpriced. This has been up for 10 days. I'm going to list this. Are you kidding me? This Chansey ends up being a... Are you kidding me? I did not expect to make this much profit on this. I mean, I ended up making like an 80K profit, easy peasy, on that Chansey. I feel like that will quick sell. That's wild. Togepi is hatching. We might make like insane. This is why I love breeding for profit, man. I feel like we have some insane potentials for profit today. Let's go look back to our Togekiss to see what we can grab. I kind of just want to like grab these 20 plus ones, and I kind of want to grab these 20 plus ones. There's 6-7K a piece. Go buy Ditto breeders for them. And just put correct nature on them, you know? I wouldn't make these timid, I don't think. Maybe one of them I could. But I feel like since I'm not 31 speed, I don't feel like the timid is that important. The 75K Chansey sold. So I feel like we just go... I would look for... Like 20 plus Dittos are really cheap nowadays. So I would do this, right? Sort by cheapest. And then I would look for like timid / bold or whatever. Let's do bold. Make them like 10. Oh, 3K listed just now. Whenever you see a just now listing and there's that much of a price difference, you know it's a good deal. So we'll yoink that up. That's amazing. Maybe we go modest. I don't know if someone would want a modest one, but it's rough going timid. I mean, 20% run modest. Let's go modest. I like the idea of that. It's tough going timid. Oh my, and it's another deal on the Ditto. Bro, is this stream scripted? Wait a minute. Hey, where's PokeMMO Reddit at? Is this scripted stream to make Patrouski the most Pokeyen possible? That's what it looks like to me. I'm gonna be honest. Wait. How much did these breeds cost? Like dirt, like nothing? Like what? It's gonna end up being... We'll count it. 7K a piece for each Togekiss, so 14K for the Togekiss, plus 8K for the Dittos, plus 10K for the Everstones. So both of these Togekisses, are you kidding me? Both of these Togekisses were made for 32K, like total for both of them. Let's go check what these would sell for. I made 2 for 32K. Let's see the cheapest bold one. Once again, 180K. Cheapest modest ones will be a lot cheaper. 75K with 2 times 31s. Okay, so this one will go for like, I think this one, we might even just EV train these and make them comp. Maybe someone will be more likely to buy them then. I think one will end up going for like 50K, the modest one. I almost totally did that wrong. Old. That looks good. I think one will go for like 50K, and the other, I think we'll go ahead and put up for maybe 100K. Like the bold one might still go for 100K. That is so that's like, if I sell both for 150K, that's like a 100K profit, or a little bit more, maybe like 110K on those two breeds. Togekiss are in the money, fellas. All right, back to abusing UU breeds for profit. How's Hippo, man? This Pokemon's at a 58% win rate. Surely there is some profitability here. Let's see. If I sort by, let's see what was recently listed, honestly. Screw it. This 31 special attack, that's nothing for 5k or whatever. Nothing really interesting in the recently listed. Let's go over to Hippo. Let's do 20 plus in all defenses, I guess. Is that even really good / worth it? Not really. What do they go like impish? What do they go on it? I assume. Let's say UU. If you don't know, always check. So yeah, they do go impish nature most of the time. Let's see if I search this and go impish. 120k is the cheapest, so they just go 3 times 31. Okay, so what I would do here is I'd probably look for a 2 times 31 with correct nature maybe, and then try to breed it up with a different. Ooh, we're seeing not many options. Let's see if we can find. Can we find a 2 times 31 hippo? That becomes the question. No. Whoa. No, we can't. What about? Okay. There are not that many hippos that come into the. Oh, I'm searching for nature. That's why. Okay, with having the nature. Okay. 1 times 31 HP ends up being 8,400. This is pretty solid. Listed 34 minutes ago. I might just pick this up, honestly. 8,400. It's just so cheap. It's so cheap. And it's female. Also, female hippo looks amazing. I love the black hippo. Looks. I always thought this was the shiny growing up because it looks so sick. So it's field A group. So we will clear all of this. We'll look for field. We'll focus on this hippo for a quick sec. Get a nice breeder for it. We will look for 31 defense, 20 plus in every other stat, including attack. We'll keep this 25 plus. Hopefully try to go 25 plus here as well. I feel like field A group is pretty cheap at the moment, so I feel like it won't be too bad. 5,900 is super cheap, I feel like, personally. We can even keep the special attack on it because why not, I guess. We'll probably go ahead and pick up this Dugong. Yup, that'll be absolutely perfect for only 6k, where the next cheapest breeder is 30k. Once again, looking for those deals. If you see stuff like that that's recently listed and it's dirt cheap in comparison to the previous ones, that probably means it's a very good deal. We need a defense brace and an HP brace. We'll go ahead and go HP brace, the hippo, defense brace, the Dugong. See what this looks like. 2 times 31 plus 20 plus in every other stat for, I want to say 30k, 40k was the cost of this breed. And if we randomly roll a nature on this, I mean, that's where this becomes disgusting / insane. But even if we don't, we'll make some nice profit. All right, our bold Togepi did hatch. And Simba wants to come say hi and give us congratulations on our Togepi. Let's go ahead and see what this might go for. We'll do nature, bold. The 31 defense is extremely important. 25 plus here, 25 plus here, and then 20 plus. 180 is the most comparable. That is just so, that's so crazy. I'm gonna go 150, and that feels extremely fair. I feel like that will like sell pretty quickly. That feels incredible. All right, next up is the other bold Togepi. I think this one does not have a 31. It will go for a lot less. This one still might go for like, I think this goes like 100k. I think 100k is fair for that. Hilariously, they're just so, the market's so crazy. And then modest Togepi. This one probably goes for a lot less, probably 50 to 60 to 70-ish k. I'm going to go 60k on it. We'll list that up and see how that goes. We have one more egg hatching, which includes the hippo. We'll go ahead and collect the Pokeyen, I guess, from the Chansey, the 75k one that sold, just the base 3 times 31. What other, can I breed like 1 or 2 more UU comps possibly? Let's see what's going on. The problem is I don't want to overload too much on UU comps and then UU become the kind of the UU hype kind of die. We have to watch out for that. I'll do one more Staraptor though / Darly since Smooth, the Togepi, the one Togepi sold already. 60k, we'll collect that. Since Spidget and Smooge, some amazing PokeMMO PvP creators made some videos covering Staraptor and such. I think that's a good one to keep an eye out for. Okay, I can go ahead and pick up this Starly for 5k. It is a male, which means I'll have to buy a Ditto breeder for it, so it may not be the cheapest. Actually, I always forget, you need hidden ability access on Staraptor, don't you? I always forget about that. So let's go check. I already bought this for 5k. That's fine. So what I would do here is I would essentially check for 31 speed now. Let's try to find something. We can also check like Staravia and Staraptor. Like that's the better way to check this. This is male. Oh, this would have been sick to get actually. It's so close to being good. We want to get a 31 speed brace to brace this thing over. Let's look for... We can even lower this to 20 possibly. Or even lower it all the way down. The Raptors, Staravia, Starly. We see 40k on all these. What if we look for like the cheapest female? I don't think we're going to find 90k. That's not worth buying for this, obviously. There's no profit there. We might just look over at a Ditto then and have a hidden ability list. Starly. 25k is the cheapest. Ditto. That might be worth doing. So it'd be 30k for both the breeders, 40k with the braces. What would a 31 Starly go for? Let's see, 100k. Oh, that's easy profit. Easy profit. Go back. Buy it quick. Buy it before someone else does. That should actually be 25k. Yes, this should be easy profit. This should sell for like 100k or so. It costs like 50k or so to make. Should go for around 100k. So let's go grab our speed brace. We're not putting anything on the Starly. I don't believe. We'll have this breed go through. Perfect. Should be really good. We could pay for this to be female. That's... Oof. That's... I'm not going to do it, but we'll see. Why is Starly so good? Staraptor is kind of taking over the UU metagame to some extent. People are saying that the only... And people like PvP creators and such are saying that the only like real check and switch in is Bronzong. Like the only bird resist in UU that is like meta and played is Bronzong right now. So there's a ton of... If you haven't heard, there's a massive amount of UU changes that happened recently. Unbanned like everything, right? There's a bunch of stuff that was in like Borderline 2 or whatever. That's like... It's not quite good enough for OU, but it's also too broken for UU, so it gets banned. Things like Lucario, things like Togekiss, etc, etc. All of these just got brought down to UU, so UU had like a great reset. Like UU is extremely exciting right now, so which is good. It's as typically UU is like a pretty boring tier. It's kind of like the middle brother of PvP tiers, unfortunately, so it gets the least amount of attention and kind of just, you know, has like a loyal fan base to it, but that's really about it. All right, our Hippo hatched, and it came out female. I don't know if that will really matter. We'll try to get the listing up really quick. Let's see what this will go for. Lonely nature will not matter on it at all. Are you kidding me? How is this the only... This is the cheapest one? What? Obviously, it's not worth that. Obviously, we're not selling ours for that. This is adamant nature. It's EV trained. Mine's not comparable. But how is there... There's so few hippos. It's because hippos are not easily caught in the wild. So you never get... No one goes to like Maniac Tunnel, I guess. I wonder if catching hippos for profit is good. How difficult is Maniac Tunnel to get to? That actually is kind of an interesting idea to make some Pokeyen. Let's go ahead and find a nice... How do we guesstimate the price check for this, though? Maybe... Oof. This is tough. What would I price check this as? What if I get rid of the speed since it's not that important? I probably am looking at like 120k is what I'm thinking. Like that would be really good for me. 120-ish as a breeder to someone else. Maybe 150. I mean, if this sells for... I'll sell it first try for 150 and see if anyone buys it. That feels a little high to me. This might be one that goes down in terms of the listing, but we'll see. Man, that's crazy. All right. Yeah, maybe like 150. Yeah, it's funny that chat. Yeah, I'm going to try that there. Okay, we did a lot of breeds for profit today. Like, actually a fair bit of breeds for profit. Let's go ahead and actually go do... Let's let this egg hatch first things first and just kind of chill out for a quick second. We'll maybe do our gym run in a quick sec. What's our stream to-do list? Yeah, gym run might be up next. You know what we can do? While we're waiting for this egg to hatch, we can buy some more physical attack Pokemon to EV train up. What I want to do... I want to take advantage. How did I misspell that so bad? I want to get some Meowths, I think. Pay to pick up Meowths are really solid, right? Let's go for Adamant. Let's try to see whatever. I want to EV train a bunch of pay to pick up Meowths. And then I'm either going to XP train them to level 100 or maybe I'll even just breed my own Meowths. We'll see. Like, that's a big... You can buy... That's insane, guys. Look at that. If you're a new player, this might be one of the best ways to make Pokeyen and PokeMMO. Buying a Meowth like this for 100k, right? And then EV training it and then leveling it all the way to 100. It'll take a bit of time, but you're buying it for 100k and then you're selling it for 300k. You're making 200k profit per. That's pretty insane. That's pretty wild. This is going to cost a lot of my Pokeyen, but I think it's really worth it. Especially because I have the XP reamplifier. so I can actually Everstone them. Also, this one is level 40. We are going to pick that up to save us some time. And this one's level 31. We're going to pick that up to save us some time. So we're going to buy 2 of those Meowths. I might buy 4, chat. To have 4 plus 1 Riolu to EV train. I'm going to buy 4. Look at my Pokeyen stack. Ah, it hurts. It actually hurts. It actually hurts, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. That's actually crazy. The Starly hatched. We're going to list that off. We're going to do a lot of XP training. First our Jimmy run, but then a lot of EV training, XP training. So we'll throw the Meowths in. These will all get EV trained, 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed, and then XP trained all the way to level 100, I think. Maybe not the Riolu, but we'll see. I really want to do a lot of XP training. I feel like it's a fun thing to do. I feel like it's... what do you call it, I guess? I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. I think I haven't been able to do it in a long time because of Shiny Wars, and I feel like it's a good way for me to get a lot of encounters and possibly go for a Shiny. I am 38,000 encounters dry during this money-making challenge. It'd be cool to get a Shiny on top of it, you know? Okay, let's go ahead and... sell this Starly really quick, though. Same Pokeyen stack again. Yeah, we are broke again, boys. How did this happen, Patrouski? I thought oh, Patrouski, you're supposed to be making Pokeyen, not getting rid of it. Oh, I got, you see, I got it confused. Oh, whoops. Well, we'll have to fix that, guys. Am I not making profit on the Starly breed? How much did I pay for this? Because this is, maybe I just flip this. I think I might just flip this, but this has been up for 11 days. Ooh, there might not be that much profit here. This is level 100. Oh, this is so flippable. I'm sorry. That's so flippable. Okay, we'll buy that to flip. We'll list this for, I guess, 60k. It's not that good. This is not that, but it's naive, actually. Is there a naive? That's like usable-ish. This is a pretty cheap breed, I think, to be fair. Let's check naive. Nothing. What about, obviously Jolly is way better, but like, let's check. I'm gonna go 60k on it. It might even be underpriced, but we're gonna go that. I think that'll be decent enough. And then this Staraptor, I think this is so underpriced. It's EV trained, it's brave nature, not ideal. Level 100. Usually level 100s just like go for a base price of 40k. So I feel like this guy super underlisted. Wait, this Persian as well we can flip. I'm just finding stuff to flip. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Like, that's an easy 15k. It's not amazing Pokeyen, but that's an easy 15k. Easiest 15k. That's kind of crazy. Wait, where did it go? Oh, it insta sold. I was like, wait a minute, where did the I was like, wait a minute, where'd it go? I probably should have sold it for more then. I probably should have sold for 50k. That's okay. That's fine. Level 100 Staraptor. Why is this one also 40k? Should I buy? No, but this one's not as good. Let's just check Staraptor with these IVs. How do we just go 60k on it? I think we go 60k-ish. I think that's fair. Fair, reasonable, understandable. Have a nice day. Should be good. All right, dude, we just spent... Oh my goodness, chat. We spent so much Pokeyen. Okay, it's time to go make some of that Pokeyen back, boys. It's time to go do the good old-fashioned gym rerun. Let's grab our Blastoises, Typhlosions, our simple, our humble gym rerun. Nothing crazy. I need to buy an amulet coin, don't I? I need to buy an amulet coin really quick. That's gonna put me down to like 30k or so, 35k. Whew, well, I'll see you guys after my gym rerun when we actually have a little bit of Pokeyen back, dude. Oh, that's crazy. 40k for level 100 is kind of nuts, though. It's pretty cheap. It's really cheap in my honest. They're usually around 50, 60k or so, in my opinion. I'm not familiar with that Vanity. Someone in chat is talking about the pink candy cane Vanity. I know of the candy cane Vanity, which is around 160 mil. It's kind of an expensive one from 2015. I mean, this Vanity is 9 years old at this point. How crazy is that? That's an underrated like back slot Vanity from back in the day. I don't know. It was a mod Vanity, if I recall. Oh shit, the pink. So it's a mod. So only like staff or whatever have it, or like I guess possibly devs. That's. I would love to see a screenshot if someone has it or a picture of some kind. That a pink candy cane Vanity. That's always cool. There are a couple like mod only or like staff only vanities, like the Banhammer. The Banhammer is one of the coolest. Oh man, if I could one day, you know what? I've never asked PokeMMO for any sort of sponsorship, collaboration. It makes no sense. Why would they sponsor me? It's like a mutual relationship, mutual benefiting thing. But dude, if I could get a fucking Banhammer, oh my god, that vanity actually goes ridiculously hard, even for like a quick sec for a screenshot like that. Oh, what a sick vanity. It's the giant glowing golden hammer. If I ever see one in game, I'll try to call it out. Yeah, I saw the post about this Oceans. Oceans is the PokeForce dev slash staff member, if we're not familiar. He said, speaking of vanities, Pat, we handed out 1,300 Delibird hats for the Christmas event at the start of the year, and then we ended up handing out 3,000 summer outfits during the summer demo. Bro, I'm glad I got that Delibird hat, because that will obviously be the rarer one, and that's crazy. You guys like doubled how many people not even just participated in your demos, right, and like your alpha, beta test, whatever, right, but completed it, right, over doubled from 1,300 to 3K. That's kind of insane. Like, you guys have 3,000 people completing a grind in your game and it's not even out yet? That's like arguably PokeMMO numbers for certain grinds. Like, I'm so excited, man. I'm excited for PokeForce. Over 7,000 unique accounts logged in. That's wild how many people in terms of like the percentage of completion. That's crazy. Dude, yeah, I hear a lot of stories like that, Eddie, and there's nothing much to do about it besides say, I'm so sorry and better luck next month. I hear a lot of stories like this. Eddie said that I missed out on Raikou last month. I went 16,000 encounters dry and just never got it. Yeah, it's always one of the saddest things when like the month rotates around. Simba, you okay? When the month rotates around and you just like still didn't get the legendary, and now you have to like it feels like shit. Sometimes it just happens. Just try your best to avoid that and try to get as many encounters as possible. 16k is pretty dry. We don't know the encounter rate for legendaries. We know that it's somewhere between 1 out of 2,000 and 1 out of 8,000. We don't know the exact number. I would guess it's around 1 out of 5k. So if you're 16k, it's like pushing triple rate, which is pretty unlucky. It's like, I wish you the best of luck, man, and just hopefully you have better luck this next month and hopefully in a few months in advance, right? Also a great question, John Doe. So what are you going to do with the 20 million Pokeyen? Buy sealed product? That was yes, probably invest. The reason to save up Pokeyen ahead of time for the event season is generally to either invest or buy whatever vanities you want, or buy Pokemon to be able to defeat the Pumpkin when strategies change during the event. I haven't really answered why. Yeah, why even go from 0 to 20 mil, you know? That's a great question. All right, fellas, the amulet coin is coming to an end with 332k cash. I will take it. I'm actually pretty happy with that run. Let's go ahead and what was the next plan to do? Oh yeah, we have those Pokemon to train. Those Meowths and Riolus. Okay, let's go attack EV train. I also have my Leppa berries to sell, to be fair. Ooh. Anybody want to buy 915 Leppa berries? I think the going price right now is 780 for Leppa, so it'd be 713k. Well, let me go ahead and that'd be putting me up to 1 mil. That'd be pretty sick, but let's go grab our EV training Pokemon and go find a nice attack EV training spot as well as a speed one. They should be right here. Let's throw these Pokemon back in here. Grab these. Now for these, I'm going to want my utility Pikachu so that I can sweet scent as well as clear the hordes with 1 Pokemon. And then I also want to have my XP reamplifier on. I think those are the 2 things. Got to make sure I do here. Why is it going to my vanities? Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we can cook, fellas. All right, we can go ahead and update our to-do list. We've done both of these. So now we only have XP train for profit left, fellas, which is nice. We're gonna figure out our EV training spot. I'm just trying to figure out what's a good spot for me. There's a lot of cool ones that I just have a lot of like attack EV training shinies. Like I have Bouffalon. I can show you guys. Like I have shiny Bouffalon. That's an attack EV training spot. I have Nidoking. Druddigon is a hyper underrated attack EV training spot with a, in my opinion, incredible shiny. Already have that. Kind of running out of attack EV training spots where I don't have the shiny, which is funny. I could do Machoke, I could do Rhydon. Those are the big spots that I can think of. I think this will be the spot of choice today, fellows. ×5 hordes of Machoke to the left of Celestic Town. Pretty easy to get to. You could sweet send here. Yeah, this is a really solid 10 attack EVs per horde. Easy peasy, fellows. Let's get all of these. I'm actually going to put Everstones on each of my Meowths really quick. I'll do the 1 horde first, and if I have to decline some evolutions, that's fine. They do have Mach Punch. Kind of annoying, slows things down a bit. Oh man, they're getting all their mock punches in. That's okay. That's not a big deal though. I'm gonna put Everstones on all these. Since I'm using XP Reamplifier, I can go ahead and easily put on Everstones or whatever. In before Shiny Machoke, I'd be very happy with Shiny Machoke. I don't have one. I'd be pretty happy with that. I'd be fine with that. You don't want to, if you're ever EV training Meowths and XP training them for profit, you do not want them to evolve. If you evolve a Meowth into a Persian, you're usually losing out on so much Pokeyen. People want level 100 Meowths because they want to be able to payday pickup, right? And you once you evolve it into a Persian, you lose the pickup ability. The pickup ability turns into Limber, so you'd actually lose out on like 60% of your profit while payday pickuping. Wait, Auk, I almost forgot about this, and I just saw you join chat, so it reminded me. Auk, I heard that you got a, let's just call it a lightly special shiny. Can you please whisper it to me, Auk? If you're in game, please, I actually beg of you, whisper me the shiny that you got today. Was it today? Was it 4 a.m.? Dude, Auk got I'm so glad it couldn't have happened to a better person. Leader of Team Mister. God, I want to see it. Hang on, I'll hop on. Auk got himself a special shiny. We'll just say that. Auk got himself a shiny Riolu, dude. Like, if you don't know, Auk is a shunter who, like, basically just eggs. Like, this man just eggs 24/7. He grinds so consistently. He has so many egg shinies. Not only did he get himself a shiny Riolu, you might have noticed it's Master Balled. He didn't egg for this. He didn't breed for this. This man, from what I heard, Auk could correct me, I heard you got it in a swarm, dude. I heard that Auk got himself a shiny Riolu from a swarm. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I bet he, I thought you repel tricked for it. When I saw it in a Master Ball, and I thought it was like repel tricked, but I heard it was a swarm encounter, which is, oh, dude, the day that I get a swarm rare shiny will be a very happy day. That is like a lifelong achievement that I want to get in PokeMMO one day. That is, shiny Riolu is, yeah, one of those objectively amazing, beautiful shinies that, like, just top tier. So many people want. Congratulations, Auk. If you're gonna Master Ball any wild shiny, Riolu is one of the ones. You want to flex that it's wild caught. I've been checking every mid or rare swarm since swarms released. So for like years now, yeah, since swarms released as a mechanic. That is wild. Check like every alpha too. Congratulations, dude. I feel like it's just like for the excitement, it's so worth it. Yeah, quick PSA, if you want the Flaming Motorcycle, this is a seasonal Halloween item, which will be returning this year, I believe for the first time, so it will drop in price. So if you want to pick up, if you've been looking to pick up one of these or want to pick up one of these, it's the Vanity that I use, the bike one that I use, wait until this Halloween. It should come back. Honestly, they usually bring the gift shop Vanities back to the shop like a little early, so it might even come back before the event drops. Alrighty, fellas, the EV training is done. 2v2 attack. Next up is speed. Usually for speed nowadays, I head over to Hoenn and I do Linoon. So we're going to make our way over there. And then once we're done speed EV training, we'll head over to Johto and just, I'm just going to, dude, I went to the wrong region. I'm going to sit and I'm going to XP train all these Pokemon for a super long time. I might even, I kind of want to put one of these in the Johto daycare and abuse that. But that's, I feel like that's something I should do more of, is have a Pokemon. But I might actually already have Pokemon in the Johto daycare, to be fair, that I've forgotten about. That's a really common thing. Let me head over to Hoenn. Linoon speed EV training is up to the west of Lilycove City, I believe. Linoon, really cool orange shiny if we see it. Just straight to the left of the PC. I'll show you really quick. It should be right here. You just do these. Should be 10 speed EVs per horde. I'll see you guys once I'm done with all the speed EVs. Hey, I'm a new player. Where do you see events? Unfortunately, this is like the worst thing to explain to a new player, and I'm so sorry for this. There is no event schedule. There is no forum post. There's no like, hey, here's the upcoming events. Should there be? Yes. There 100% should be, and I'm sorry that there's not. The only way that we keep an eye on events, and we like know events are happening in PokeMMO, right? Yeah, that's the neat part. I get to explain. So events are never scheduled. They're never planned. The only way we know that they might happen is because historically, the devs release a Halloween event on Halloween almost every year. They release a Christmas event on Christmas Day almost every year. They release a Lunar New Year event around the Lunar New Year event almost every single year, right? That's just what they've historically done, and it has like a history of repetition, right? But like they don't ever give us a date. They don't ever schedule it. They don't ever communicate it. Still no anniversary event. Yeah, there's the whole story of, I love the PokeMMO devs. They do a lot of great things, but they also have some problems like lack of communication. Yes, the only events that we actually know about in advance are, yeah, from the official events forum page, which are usually just catch events and PvP events, like not actual holiday events. I wish they were more scheduled and stuff for the holiday events, but really content creators and word of mouth is the best way we know about, and like talking to veterans and expert players is the best way we know about holiday events and that sort of repetition. All right, here we have our Riolu evolution, evolving it up into Lucario. I think we could actually stop once, we don't need to level this to 100. I don't think. Unless we want to for like shits and giggles, but like I'm pretty sure we could just get another Pokemon to XP train. But now we'll have 4 Meowths and one open slot. We'll be done EV training here in 1 horde as well, which is nice. Yeah, the problem with wasting time leveling the Lucario, I don't think leveling it's going to increase the price. I don't think anyone's like, you have to understand why someone's buying it. I don't think anyone's buying the Lucario for like PVM. I feel like it's like a really shitty, not shitty, but like a really like beginner glass cannon, like PvP hyper, like it just puts like something to pick up because it's the most broken Yuyumon. So I'm sure someone will buy it just to have it, I guess, right? To like have one usable, right? Guys, trading Lucario for his UU arc, it's time. I am not starting my UU arc personally. I respect the UU excitement and the UU fans. I have no interest in UU, to be totally honest. All right, I did remember that leveling 4 Pokemon is actually perfect because I need another slot in my party. I need 1 for the Rampardos and 1 for the Sweet Sand Pokemon. So losing the Lucario is actually just ideal, which is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and list this Lucario for not that, like 100K maybe. I bought this, keep in mind, I bought this for 10K, right? So if I can EV train it, XP train it to level 50 and then just sell it off for, that'd be like really, really good return. But from this point forward, I actually am going to allow myself, I actually thought about this. I'm going to allow myself to pop an XP charm. Now, technically, this is using resources that I probably like wouldn't for this challenge or whatever, but like all it's going to do is save me a little bit of time. I'm not actually like, it's going to make me have to just XP train for less. Whereas what I would do is just XP train off stream anyway. Cheater, you know, fair. You could call it that. I get where you're coming from. I understand. I'm sorry if this is too much for you guys. I think this is a fair stipulation, but that's just me. If you don't think so, I understand. We're gonna go ahead and pop a lucky egg and get to XP training these 4 Meowths. I'm really excited to see how much profit I can make on these. There should be a pretty massive margin. Oh, 39,000 encounters. That's also kind of nice. Nice to see that number kind of clean and flat. Here, we'll do a daily PSA because we have a new shiny hunter in chat who's asked me some questions. Some really good questions. I think one of the biggest things to understand as a new shiny hunter is not to expect a shiny at 30,000 encounters. One of the biggest mistakes I see is new shunters come into the game, get to 30,000 encounters and be like it's okay to be like, oh man, I don't have a shiny yet, that sucks. That's fine. Like, it's fine to feel bad. It's fine to have your, but it's almost, it's fine to feel bad, but I think you'd rather not feel bad, right? Hopefully we can like learn it. Basically, hopefully these stats help. Statistically, based on this chart, this is the binomial distribution chart, right? Without Donor status, there is only a 63% chance to have gotten a shiny by 30,000 encounters. So you see the shiny rate and you're like, oh, that must mean that like it's most likely I get a shiny around that number. Not really. Like 63%, like that's like almost a coin flip. So it's like almost a 50-50 chance that you either get it at 30K or not. Not quite, but like it's not that, like it's only like, think about it as like you have like a 37% chance to not get a shiny by 30K. That's like quite high, right? Or to not get a shiny by 45,000 encounters it's that you're 77% likely to have gotten a shiny by 45,000 encounters, which vice versa means there's a 23% chance that you go 45K dry. That's almost a quarter, almost 25% of your shunts should go 45K dry. Like it's not that crazy. And then next up, we can even go to 60K dry, right? There's an 86% chance that you would have gotten a shiny by 60,000 encounters dry on average, which leaves a, 14% chance, a more than 10% chance. So like, if you think of it this way, if you do 10 shiny hunts, the odds are at least one of them should go like 70K dry. And that's a lot, right? And it's pretty easy to hit that 1 out of 10 on your first shunt. So if you go 70k dry, 60k dry, it sucks. And I hope you get a shiny as soon as possible. That's like what I always say is like, no matter whether you're at 1 encounter, 1,000, 100,000, you know, whatever, I always hope you get a shiny as soon as possible. But it's important to keep in mind the chart and the statistics. And you can also think about it like, if 10 people, right? If 10 new players all do a shiny hunt, 1 out of those 10 players should go 70k dry on their first shunt on average, right? Like, it seems like so unlucky to go 70k dry, but it's not actually. When you think of it as like a larger scale thing and not just your own numbers and your own hunts, it's not that crazy. And it's important to keep that. It's important to know that ahead of time so you don't like have this expectation of, oh, if I don't get a shiny at 30k, I'm so unlucky, right? Yeah, to give you some perspective, my last 5 shinies, it's taken me 287,000 encounters for my last 5 shinies. Almost all of which these encounters were on Donator status, except for the last like 2,000 or so. We can do that divided by 27,000, right? A lot of it was on Charm as well. So I should have gotten like 10 to 11 shinies by now on average, and I've gotten 5. Sometimes it just happens. And that's sometimes you get 3 shinies in one day. Sometimes you get like a Safari shiny Shuckle. You know, it just RNG is RNG, and you have to just have the different perspectives and different stories to understand what can be expected. You are so handsome and so Giga Chad, Cody. Thank you for buying my Leppas, dude. I really appreciate it. Kind of got distracted and took too long to sell these, but I super appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's 720k, putting me back up over 1 million cash. Feels incredible, dude. We have a lot of things selling on the GTL. So things right now selling on the GTL from this challenge, I think include this Golbat, this Zweilice, this Gigalith, not this Mammoth one, I don't think. These 3, and then this Hippo, this Starly, this Togepi. Let's calculate. Now, this is going to be expected profit, so keep in mind, like, a lot of this might get lowered in price. And like, this might be realistic or whatever. Let's do a 50k plus 50k plus 60. We'll even, like, throw in some minus 5ks just for the sake of it. Plus 140. We'll just I'd rather underestimate than overestimate. Plus 50. We'll just knock 10k off each one. Fuck it. Plus 100k. Plus 140. Move this over a little bit. And then next page. Plus 90k. Plus 125. Plus 150. That should sell at that price. Plus 50k. So we probably have around 1 million, like worst case scenario, in value in the GTL. So we're already at 2 mil, and that's on top of all of the berries we have and like the seeds and such as well. So we have about 700k in berries planted. So we're probably sitting at, I assume we're sitting at around 2.7 mil value. It's honestly not as much. Well, plus we have I forgot the Meowths. We're probably sitting at, dude, once we get all these Meowths to level 100, that'll be so much Pokeyen. We should count that actually. How much will these sell for? What's their level 100? Let's go see. 31, 31, level 100. Adamant. Like 250. Should we flip this? Ooh, it's kind of tempting. It's not that much of a profit though. So we would do, let's say 280s. Let's say 1 mil plus. Let's do, we have 2 mil essentially in value plus 700k plus the 280 times 4. Dude, once these Meowths are done leveling, we'll have this amount of money plus this amount plus 700k in Leppas. So it's currently day 4 of the 0 to 20 mil challenge, and I'm sitting at around estimated 3.82 million Pokeyen in value. I'm really happy with the progress we've made so far. And once again, this keep in mind, this is playing like 4 to 6 hours a day. I'm not sitting here grinding 10, 12 hours. Like, this is very, very doable, I'd say, for most people. I'd say most people would kind of have to adjust their schedule and sacrifice certain things to play 4 to 6 hours a day. It's kind of a lot. I'd say the average is like 2 hours a day, my guess, for the average player. But I think it's still doable, you know? It's doable for sure, in my opinion. Yeah, hilariously, if I can make enough Pokeyen to make it worth investing, like doing this XP training stuff, it might be worth getting donator status for this challenge. Obviously, like, it's funny because like you want to save as much money as possible, but like you get 25% more XP in battles with donator status. It's like significant, right? If I could grind, I really like the idea of XP training a ton on this challenge. I like showing XP training money making methods are so important to show new players, because I feel like as a new player, one of the things you can do, you don't need game knowledge to XP train. You need to know like what Pokemon to go buy and what Pokemon to XP train. But other than that, you just go to like whatever horde you can, get the best XP at an XP train. It's that simple, right? You just have to grind, right? So it's money making methods that require a little game knowledge and experience are so important to teach new players, right? It's so important to show new players like, hey, if you just put in the effort and time, you can get rewarded. That's that economic flexibility, right? So but my point I'm trying to make is I might look towards getting a donator status, maybe a 30-day or a 15-day to kind of line up with Halloween, but it's going to depend on how much I'd have to like get ahead of my goal, I feel like, or get kind of ahead, which I'm honestly like at way more than I expect. I'm only like, I think we calculate what, 3.8 million is my expected value right now. That's way higher than I would have expected at this point. But I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep playing. I think this is going to bring day 4 to a close. I will probably end up doing either some XP training or some payday pickupping off camera, off stream at least, and then obviously it's Friday and I don't stream Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday, I am going to do my gym rerun, berry farm, and do like a little bit more. I'm gonna make Pokeyen off stream. So for that, I apologize. I have to make progress every single day, or I'm not gonna meet my deadline. Okay. So I'll come back Monday. I can actually just, I'll be leaving you guys. Okay. I'm leaving you guys at 1 million Pokeyen. Okay. And I'll come back Monday, and you'll be able to see how much Pokeyen I've gained since then, which would be kind of cool to see. So I will see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching. Like the stream if you enjoyed it. It helps me out tremendously. Dislike if you didn't enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow the Twitch for streams Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. ET. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations, if you can afford it, and if I've earned it from you, if my content has been helpful enough or entertaining background content. And on top of all that, if you want to get healthy food delivered to you, where you can just pop in the microwave, if you're super busy, if you're self-employed like I am and time is money, and you want to pop a healthy meal in the microwave for 2 minutes and be able to just eat and continue working, Factor, link in the description. You can get like 60% off with Factor. It's actually insane with my link in the description. Also, the commission is extremely healthy. I'm always honest about that. So if you want to support my stream and then also get something in return, Factor is really the best way to do it. Like, it's better to buy Factor than to donate to my stream. As silly as it sounds, that's how generous they are and how much I trust the product and the food as well. So check out Factor, link in the description. I will see you guys later. I will see you next Monday, which is also the same day my Halloween preparation guide will be coming out. So peace, Reno, guys. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. Take a break. Come back and earn Pokeyen Monday. Peace, fellas. Hey, thanks so much for watching until the very end of the video. That really means the world to me, and it means even more worlds to me if you go above and beyond and support my content financially like all these lovely people have done. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.